Aktis enstatintans asinmais arsain. Do you know what foods are harming your heart? Heart health, folks, is a topic that deserves our undivided attention. It's the engine room of our body, and just like any engine, it requires the right fuel to function effectively. Our diet, therefore, plays a vital role in maintaining a healthy heart. Now, imagine the heart as a grand orchestra. Each food we consume is a musician in this orchestra, contributing to the harmonious symphony of our overall health. But not all musicians, or rather foods, play the same tune. Some, unfortunately, can strike a discordant note, potentially causing harm to our heart. Just as we wouldn't want an off-key musician in our orchestra, we need to be mindful of the foods we include in our diet. But which foods exactly are these discordant players? Which ones should we avoid for a heart-healthy symphony? Fear not, we've got the answers. Let's dive in and discover the top 10 foods you should avoid for better heart health. First on our list is processed meats. Now, who doesn't love a good hot dog at a ball game or a sizzling piece of bacon for breakfast? But let's take a moment to consider what's actually in these treats. Processed meats, such as sausages, bacon, and ham, are often high in salt and fat content. Salt, as we know, can increase blood pressure, putting extra strain on your heart. On the other hand, high fat content, especially saturated and trans fats, raises your cholesterol levels. And high cholesterol, folks, is a leading contributor to heart disease. So while these foods might satisfy your taste buds, they're not always kind to your heart. The American Heart Association suggests limiting your intake of processed meats as part of a heart-healthy diet. So it might be a good idea to think twice before reaching for that hot dog or bacon. Next up is sugary beverages. Imagine a teaspoon of sugar. Now imagine 9 of them. That's how much sugar is typically found in a standard can of soda. It's not just soda though. Fruit juices, energy drinks, and even your favorite iced coffee can be loaded with sugar. Consuming these sugary drinks can lead to a higher calorie intake because they don't make us feel full like solid foods do. This can then lead to weight gain and obesity. Now, obesity is not just about the numbers on the scale. It's a major risk factor for heart disease. And the story doesn't end there. Excessive sugar intake can also lead to type 2 diabetes, another major risk factor for heart disease. Both of these conditions put a lot of strain on your heart, making it work harder than it should. So what's the solution? It's simple. Remember, water is always the best choice for hydration. Sugary. Third on our list is baked goods. While the aroma of freshly baked cookies or a warm slice of bread may be irresistible, it's worth noting that these treats often pack a punch when it comes to sugar and trans fat content. The sweetness we crave in these foods is typically derived from refined sugars, which can lead to spikes in blood sugar levels and subsequently contribute to heart disease. Moreover, to achieve that buttery, flaky texture we love in pastries, manufacturers often use trans fats, a type of fat that raises your bad LDL cholesterol levels and lowers your good HDL cholesterol levels, increasing your risk of heart disease. Now, this doesn't mean you have to give up on baked goods entirely. Consider opting for whole grain options, which are generally lower in sugar and trans fats and offer more fiber, making them a healthier alternative. They might not taste exactly the same, but your heart will surely thank you for the swap. Choosing whole grain options can be a healthier alternative. Next, we have fast foods. A beacon of convenience in our busy lives, fast foods, however, often come at a high cost to our heart health. Many of these quick meals are packed with sodium, fats, and calories. Let's break it down. The sodium content in fast food can be alarmingly high, leading to an increase in blood pressure. This puts an additional strain on your heart, making it work harder than it should. Then, we have fats. While our bodies need some fat, the types found in fast foods are often the unhealthy variety. Saturated and trans fats raise your bad cholesterol levels, which can lead to heart disease. And let's not forget about calories. Consuming more than your body needs can lead to obesity, another risk factor for heart disease. So, the next time you're tempted by the siren call of the drive-thru, remember the hidden costs. Consider cooking at home more often for a healthier diet. Sugary. Fifth on our list is margarine. An unassuming tub of this spreadable delight could be hiding a health hazard. Just like a wolf in sheep's clothing, margarine can appear as a healthier alternative to butter, but it's hiding a secret inside: trans fats. Now, you may ask, what's the big deal with trans fats? Well, they are notorious for their ability to raise levels of LDL, also known as bad cholesterol, while simultaneously lowering HDL, or good cholesterol. This is a double whammy for heart health, as elevated LDL cholesterol can lead to artery blockages, while reduced HDL cholesterol deprives your body of a vital tool in its fight against these blockages. But don't worry, there's no need to give up on deliciously buttery toast just yet. Healthier fats, like those found in olive oil, can provide the flavor you crave without the heart health hazards. So next time you're reaching for the margarine, remember, not all fats are created equal. Opt for healthier fats like olive oil when cooking. Opt for an initsaj tiai chat ki. Next up is red meat. A staple in many diets, red meat is often celebrated for its high protein content and rich, satisfying taste. However, it's also a significant source of saturated fats, which are known to raise the levels of cholesterol in your blood. And as you may know, high cholesterol is one of the leading risk factors for heart disease. Studies consistently show a correlation between red meat consumption and an increased risk of heart disease. This is primarily due to the high concentrations of saturated fats, but also because red meat is often processed and contains high levels of sodium. But don't despair, steak lovers. This doesn't mean you have to give up your favorite meats entirely. Moderation is key here. Also, consider switching up your protein sources. Lean proteins like chicken or fish are much lower in saturated fat and provide a heart-healthy alternative. Consider lean proteins like chicken or fish as healthier alternatives. Seventh on our list is deep-fried foods. Deep frying, while undeniably delicious, is a method of cooking that significantly increases the fat content of food. The process involves submerging food in hot oil, which causes the food to absorb the oil and become rich in unhealthy fats. These fats, particularly trans and saturated fats, can raise your bad cholesterol levels, leading to plaque buildup in the arteries. This condition, known as atherosclerosis, can increase your risk of heart disease and stroke. Deep-fried foods also often contain high amounts of salt, which can further contribute to high blood pressure and heart disease. While it's okay to indulge in these foods occasionally, frequent consumption can have detrimental effects on your heart health. Making healthier cooking choices can go a long way in preserving your heart health. Opt for grilling or steaming as healthier cooking methods. These methods not only reduce fat content, but also maintain the nutritional value of your food. Eighth on our list is high sodium foods. Sodium, commonly known as salt, is a mineral that's essential for our bodies in moderate amounts. However, when consumed excessively, it becomes a silent villain to our heart health. High sodium intake can cause our bodies to hold on to more water. This extra stored water raises our blood pressure, and high blood pressure is a well-known risk factor for heart disease. Over time, higher pressure can strain the heart and damage blood vessels, leading to heart disease or even stroke. Processed foods, canned soups, and fast foods are infamous for their high sodium content, but surprisingly, even seemingly healthy foods like bread and poultry can contain hidden sodium. Therefore, it's crucial not to simply rely on taste or assumptions. So, what can we do? The answer is simple. Always check food labels to monitor your sodium intake. By making informed food choices, we can take a significant step towards better heart health. Ninth on our list is alcohol. Yes, that glass of red wine may have some heart-healthy benefits, but excessive alcohol consumption can have the opposite effect. Overindulging in spirits, wine, or beer can lead to high blood pressure, heart failure, and even stroke. The term excessive might seem relative, But let's put some parameters around it. According to health experts, moderate drinking means up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. Going beyond this limit regularly can cause an increase in your triglyceride levels, a type of fat found in your blood that can increase your risk of heart disease when levels are too high. It can also lead to weight gain, adding further strain to your heart. So, while a drink now and then may not hurt and might even be beneficial, it's important not to let it become a daily heavy habit. Remember, moderation is key when it comes to alcohol. As our last but not least, candy and sweets. These delightful treats, while certainly tempting, can be a wolf in sheep's clothing when it comes to heart health. The main culprit? High sugar content that can lead to obesity and heart disease. The sweetness that we love in candies and sweets is primarily due to refined sugars. The body metabolizes these sugars quickly, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar and insulin levels. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, obesity, and type 2 diabetes, all of which are risk factors for heart disease. Moreover, high sugar intake can increase blood pressure, promote inflammation, and contribute to high triglyceride levels, all of which are detrimental to heart health. While it's perfectly fine to indulge in a sweet treat now and then, it's crucial to do so in moderation. Instead of reaching for that candy bar, try satisfying your sweet tooth with natural sugars from fruits. They're not only sweet, but also packed with heart-healthy nutrients and fiber. Try to satisfy your sweet tooth with natural sugars from fruits instead. I need surfers. Let's recap the top 10 foods to avoid for better heart health. Firstly, we talked about processed meats. They are often laden with sodium and unhealthy fats, which can lead to high blood pressure and cholesterol levels, increasing your risk of heart disease. Next, we highlighted sugary beverages. These drinks are loaded with excess sugars, leading to obesity and diabetes, both of which can harm your heart health. We then moved on to baked goods. They are filled with trans fats and refined sugars, contributing to unhealthy weight gain and high cholesterol levels. Fast foods were our fourth culprit. They are notorious for being high in unhealthy fats, sodium, and calories, which can lead to obesity and high blood pressure. Margarine, our fifth food to avoid, contains trans fats that can increase your bad LDL cholesterol and lower your good HDL cholesterol, negatively impacting your heart health. Red meat was the sixth food we discussed. It's high in saturated fats and has been linked to an increased risk of heart disease when consumed in excess. Deep fried foods, our seventh food to avoid, are loaded with trans fats and calories, which can contribute to obesity, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. Next, we talked about high sodium foods. Too much sodium can increase your blood pressure, a significant risk factor for heart disease. Alcohol was the ninth item on our list. While moderate consumption may have some benefits, excessive intake can lead to high blood pressure, heart failure, and even stroke. Finally, we discussed candy and sweets. They are packed with sugars that can lead to weight gain, diabetes, and high triglyceride levels, all of which can negatively impact your heart health. All this goes to show how crucial it is to maintain a healthy diet for your heart health. By avoiding these 10 foods and replacing them with healthier alternatives, you can significantly lower your risk of heart disease and lead a healthier, longer life. Remember, your heart is the engine that keeps you running, so fuel it with the right foods.